Hola, hola, everyone. Happy Monday. How are we doing today, you guys? Haven't seen you in two weeks? Wait, no. Wait, when was my last stream? It's been a hot minute. Week and a half. But yeah, we are back. We are back from Norway. How are you guys doing? I missed you. Hope you guys have been holding up well while I was gone. Hope you aren't too stinky.
Where have you been all my life?
Did you get tanner or you're just that burnt?
Tan? No, not at all. Not at all. Also, thank you so much for the 63 months. Thank you. Thank you. It's almost 69. Not that far. You know, you keep working at it. You're almost there. But no, not at all. I mean, the weather was like sunny in Oslo, but not like nothing crazy. It was actually very refreshing. It's a nice little like escape from the heat of Texas, you know. It was quite lovely. It's quite lovely out. Hi Bug, hello. Gonna be lurking for a bit, working on stuff at home right now, but wanted to hear about the Norway trip. All right, well thanks for popping in. I've got a lot of stories and info to share with you guys. I literally made like a list of things that I wanted to remember to talk about, just like fun things that happened or whatever, you know, different things about my trip. But first and foremost, wifey got married and it was beautiful. It was amazing. I'm so happy I was able to be there. Like, it was truly so special. And it was so good seeing her after like 3 years. It's crazy. It's been so long. It was just so nice. Like, truly, for any of you that were in my Discord and heard a little bit about some of the trials and tribulations of me getting there, you know, I'll tell you all the details here today. But it was worth it. I would do it all over again. It was an amazing time. I had so much fun, and I'm a little bit sad I'm back home, but at the same time I'm happy I'm back home. You know what I mean? Like, so it's bittersweet. Did you meet your future ex while there? Good food. Future ex? Damn, that's bleak. I mean, maybe I should add. You just reminded me of something that I can add to the list of topics to discuss. Wait, let me find my list. Let me find my list, and we're gonna go through them. Wait, where'd my list go? What's going on? I think I scrolled right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you just reminded me of something I'm gonna talk about as well. But yeah, who's to say, Bug? Who's to say? I did have delicious food though, and I did not die, so slay. Is she still wifey if she's already married? Oh yes. You know, one thing I will say is after like the ceremony and like, you know, the photographers like getting all these groups of people to take pictures, you know, and so I'm just kind of like chilling, waiting, you know, for my turn or whatever. She like once it was, we did like a picture, just the two of us, and you know, at first we're taking pictures just like looking at the camera, and then the photographer was like, okay, like look at each other and like just talk and whatever, like do whatever. And she, I forget what she said like verbatim, but she basically said something along the lines of like, you're still my wifey. It's like literally like within 30 minutes of getting married, and I'm like, Slay, you're still my wifey. You'll be my wifey forever, wifey number one. So you know, we give Pavin the illusion, you know, that she's his, but everybody knows who she comes back to, okay? And it's me, all right. But yeah, I think we got some good candid laughing photos from that because we were just over there giggling about how we're wifeys, you know, and nobody knows but a few select people at the wedding and us, you know, and that's our secret. That's between us. Hi Maud, hello. I hope you're having a good day at work. Thanks for popping in and thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Poppins just for Norway citizenship. That's right. That's right. And good food. He's a great cook. Yeah, he's a great cook. But yeah, it was an amazing time though, you guys. I had such a wonderful time. I'm sad to be far away from wifey again, but you know, I'm hoping that I'll be able to visit more in the near future and she'll be able to visit me in the near future and see the house and everything, come to Texas. So yeah, I think the future is bright for us. I think we should definitely be able to see each other more than we have, you know, in the past few years. So yeah, but it was so good. It was so much fun. I had such a wonderful time. But yeah, today it's a perfect day to play some Power Wash so I can just yap at you guys about all my stories and things of how the trip went. And I think we're doing some kind of vehicle because we finished the aquarium last time. Let me take a look. Oh, the submarine. That fits. That fits, yeah. Oh, it's Crab Bay Aquarium and Crab Bay Marina. Fair enough, that makes sense. So we're gonna pop in before I get caught up yapping too much, so I can yap while also cleaning. You know, we gotta be efficient with it. We gotta get shit done. I'm worried. I was thinking to myself, I really, ooh. Like built-in scaffolding and wait, there's an oh to get underneath. Okay, cool. Well, let me just take a cheeky little screenshot right here right now, if I do say so myself. But what was I gonna say? Oh, one thing I do want to mention, I'm still getting over my jet lag. And this time of day is actually the time of day that I start to feel it because it's like really late in Norway by this point. So, you know, we're gonna try our best. I plan to stream my full time, but if for whatever reason I'm just like absolutely on the floor dying, I might end a little bit early, but I think I should be okay. I popped a neural mint and I've got some more here. So, you know, we're gonna do our best, but still getting over the jet lag a little bit, unfortunately, but it's getting better. It's getting better. Wow, this is beautiful. This is just lovely. Look at this. This is actually, it's making me nostalgic with the mountains and the water and the colorful buildings. I'm like, damn, it's like the game's putting me back in Norway. I just need all the buildings like in the mountain and it'll be perfect. Like, look at that. That's just beautiful. I'm just taking screenshots of the fucking background. But yeah, okay. So let me look at my list, what we've got, okay? Oh, right. So I think the most appropriate place to start with my stories here today is the absolute fucking disaster, okay, that was me getting to Norway. I don't remember how much I mentioned on my Discord. I know I mentioned that I was stuck at the airport, I think, for almost 24 hours, but I don't think I gave any more details than that. But yeah, so my first flight. Did you get screened for trying to border hop? No, brother. It was a fucking disaster. Okay, like literally. I mean, okay, not the worst that could happen happened, but like it was pretty bad. Like it went pretty poorly. It was a fucking mess. So let me start at the beginning, okay? So my flight to Norway, right? I'm flying out of Texas. I go to New York, right? And then from New York, I was gonna go to Copenhagen, and then from Copenhagen, go to Norway. Okay. So my flight, I think my first flight was around like 11 a.m. on whatever day that was. Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Yes, it was Tuesday because I was supposed to get there on Wednesday morning. And then, yeah, get there on Wednesday morning. So, newsflash, I ended up getting there on Thursday morning. So, I get on my flight to New York, and like, it's fine. It's like I forget how long it was, like, supposed to be, maybe like a 4-hour flight, I think. You know, flight's going good. I'm chilling. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. And all of a sudden, like a couple hours into the flight, all of a sudden, the pilot's like, hey, like it's pandemonium in New York because of the weather. They're having like crazy storms. Apparently they're having like tornado warnings. I'm like, in New York? What are you talking about? Like, I didn't even know tornadoes could happen in New York. I've never heard that before. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, so we've been advised we need to pivot to Atlanta. Okay. Because if we just go to New York, like we'll get there fine. Like we can fly there, but we're gonna be like sitting for like 5 hours to get off the plane. Okay. So he's like, so we've been told to pivot to Atlanta. And I'm like, okay, fuck. Because I think I was supposed to have like a 2.5 hour layover in New York, which is, you know, like a decent amount of time, but not if you pivot to like, you know, fucking Atlanta. So I'm already like, okay, I'm gonna miss my second flight. And if I miss my second flight, I'm gonna miss my third flight. You know, like this is not good. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay calm because there's nothing I can do about it. You know, like it is what it is. We'll figure it out. So I'm staying relatively calm at this point, and I'm thinking to myself like, oh, maybe I can just fly out of Atlanta to somewhere in Norway, or somewhere in the EU to then get to Norway, right? So I'm like, okay, keeping my cool. Like, this is fine, whatever. So hold on. Sorry, I think I just muted everything for you guys for like a split second. This music's like blasting in my ear. I can't hear my own thoughts. I'm gonna lower it a little. But yeah, so you know, I'm keeping my cool so far. Like I'm a little stressed, but I'm keeping my cool. It was pretty bad on the East Coast. Yeah, apparently. Apparent-fucking-ly. I was like, this is crazy. Pandemonium sounds amazing. They're big and cuddly. That I would have accepted. I once drove by a place in Mass that a tornado touched down. It's in Middle Mass. Do you mean like Massachusetts? I think it was Sturbridge. It's wild seeing a touchdown. I've never seen that before. That would be crazy. Massive torrential storms happening every other day, floods everywhere even today. Really? That's crazy. I hope it clears up, you know, for everyone's sake, because that's scary. But yeah, exactly. Like Atlanta's international. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure we can figure something out, or maybe I can still go to New York, because basically they're like, we're gonna go to Atlanta and eventually we'll go to New York, but we're gonna like wait until we're told we can go to New York. So I'm like, worst case scenario, I can still go to New York and find like another flight, right? So we land in Atlanta. And they're like, okay, for everyone that's like already rescheduled their flights, like you can get off the plane, but if you otherwise, like you can sit on the plane and wait until we get the go ahead to go to New York. So I was gonna get off the plane because I was like, I want to talk to like a representative, right, and see what I should do, because my flight was through like I booked it through Scandinavian Airlines, but it used Delta for the domestic flight, you know? So it's like using two different airlines. I'm just not really sure like what I'm supposed to do, but it's all under one booking, whatever. So I'm like, let me get off this plane, talk to someone and figure out what I can do, you know? Yeah, Massachusetts. Oh, okay. I read a little bit, but honestly, most of my time at the airport was spent talking to Roxy and my mom and Kuru because I was stressed. At this point in the story, I'm not super stressed yet because I don't understand. I don't realize what's to come yet. Right, so I'm still keeping my cool by this point, but that did not last for long. But anyway, so we get to Atlanta. I'm waiting to get off the plane because it's like I'm pretty far back, and before I even got the chance to get off the plane myself, the pilot's like, never mind, actually everybody needs to get off the plane. So we're like, okay, well, I'm like, that's fine, I was gonna get off anyway. So I get off the plane and I talk to like a Delta representative and I'm like, what should I do? Like, what do you recommend I do? Because I don't know what to do. Like, I've never been in this situation before. I've never had a flight so delayed that it fucked up like the rest of my itinerary, you know? It's like, and it's international, so I'm just like, what do I do? And she's like, okay, well, she told me like some of the flight options they had out of Atlanta, but she was like, honestly, like I would recommend you still go to New York because New York has more international flight options, so you can probably find a better one. So I was like, okay, all right, that's what I'll do. And then like 30 minutes later, if even, they had us reboard the plane. So I didn't really get that much time to think about it. They were already reboarding. Like, okay, I'm gonna get on this plane. I'm gonna go to New York. It's gonna be fine, right? So I get back on the plane. It's fine. We got off the plane pretty fast after getting there. Also, hi, Az. How are you doing? And then I'm like, okay, but the thing is so originally I was supposed to get to New York at like 4 p.m. and I ended up getting to New York at like 9:40 p.m. So I'm like, fuck, I'm like really late. Like, I'm so cooked. And also, this is the point where I was starting to panic a little because I was like, it's 9:40 p.m. I really doubt they're gonna have like a flight for me to take like this late at night. So I'm starting to realize the predicament I'm about to be in, you know? I'm starting to panic a little bit. I don't want to scare you, but did you hear about the Delta flight that was given a man portable air defense system? What is that? That was a wild thing I remember hearing not long ago. Apparently it was a person mistaken. A bag was a missile launcher? What the fuck? That doesn't sound good. That was you. Of course it was. Of course it was. But yeah, anyways, so I get there. It's like 9:40 p.m. I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I get off the plane and I go to like the gate agent, you know, to like talk to them. And I'm waiting in line. There's like this really big family ahead of me and a couple people behind me. And, you know, we're just waiting. And then all of a sudden the gate agent's like, looks at us and is like, what are you like in line for? And we're all like, we need to rebook our international flights. And she's like, okay, you need to go to like this desk, help desk between like these gates. So we're like, okay. So I march over there and there was like a desk, but there was also like phones, and all the people that I walked over there with went to the phones. And the desk, like there was like, you know, those things that to make like a queue, it was like closed, but there was people in line. So I don't know, I was like, let me just go to the phone, because that seems like what everyone's doing. They seem like they know what they're doing. So I go to the phone. I'm talking to this dude, and he's like, yeah. I tell him, I'm like, yeah, my flight got like delayed because of weather. I need a new flight. And he's like, oh yeah, we can send you to France. Like, you got two options. There's one in like an hour, and you can go to wherever it was, I forget where, or you can do one tomorrow morning at whatever time. I think it was like 8 a.m. To France. And so I'm like weighing my options, and I decided to do France. I can't even remember why. And so I'm talking to him like, okay, like how do I book this? How do I get my boarding passes? How do I notify them where to like send my luggage? Like you know, I've no idea how to do this. Like, and then he's like, okay, yeah. He figures that out, and then he's like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty expensive since it's last minute. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean it's gonna be expensive? It's not my fault. Like, I have to rebook my flights. And then he was like, oh, okay, so I don't know. I guess he didn't catch that I said that. But anyway, so he's like, okay. And then he's like, could I get your like confirmation number so I can rebook it or whatever for your previous flight? And I'm like, okay, yeah. And I get my confirmation number, and he's like, no, it should start with like these numbers or whatever. And I'm like, no, mine says this. And then after a few minutes, he's like, I tell him that it was booked through Scandinavian Airlines, and he's like, oh, well, you're gonna have to talk to their customer support because it's like through them, so we can't do it for you. So I was like, oh fuck, okay, well, let me give him a call. So I get off the phone with this dude, and then I look up the Scandinavian Airlines number, and I call it, and it's like, we're currently outside of our hours or whatever, like, call back. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, how do I talk to someone? Like, am I supposed to wait until tomorrow morning to talk to a representative? So then I was like, well, fuck, let me try. I talked to Roxy, because at this point I'm about to have like a mental breakdown. Like, I feel the tears coming. I'm reaching full panic. I'm like, okay, I need someone to like just like calm me down so I can know like what to do. And so I talked to Roxy. Bless her heart, she calms me down. She's like, okay, try going to the desk, get like a second opinion. Because like otherwise you have to wait until the customer service is open anyway, so like you're here, you might as well. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. So I go up to the desk, and I'm kind of like in line, but again, it's like kind of closed. And then the lady is like, yeah, just so you know, after this one girl, like, we're done. And there's like two people in front of me. So the guy in front of me, he's like, okay, like, well, then where do we go? Like, how do we get help? And she said like a different desk at different gates. So I walk over there. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm going all over this damn airport. Like, nobody can help me. And I get to the desk, and I go up to him, and I'm like out of breath. I'm like freaking out. I probably look like a fucking train wreck to these people. I'm like panicked. And I told them, I was like, I called the like phone line, and they said they couldn't help me because the booking was through Scandinavian Airlines. And she was like, oh no, that's not true. And I was like, you can help me? And she's like, yeah, I got you. I was like, oh my God. Like, you are like the best person in the whole wide world to me right now. Like, you are like, oh, like just the most wonderful, fantastic person in the whole wide world. So she's like, okay, I got you. We can rebook you. She's like, we can even have the flight to Copenhagen through Delta, because then I can give you your boarding passes right now. And then your one from Copenhagen will be SAS. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like, that sounds good. Let's do it. And so she got me all booked, got me all taken care of, assured me my bags will be taken care of, or my bag will be taken care of. I'm like, cool, let's go. And then And then that was handled. But downside, so it's like 11 p.m. probably by this point. And my new flight to Copenhagen isn't until 5 p.m. No, 4 p.m. No, 4:50. I think it was 4:50 p.m. the next day. So it's like 11 p.m. I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do now? Like, now I just gotta wait. And I was like, can you guys like not comp a hotel room for me? Like, you know? And she was like, we don't do it for weather events. Like, if it had been a delay because of a problem with the aircraft or whatever, we do for that, but not for weather events. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I tell you what, Pavan and crew, they kind of chewed me out. They said, I gotta complain more and like not just accept what I'm told. But I didn't. I was just like, okay, all right, that sucks, but okay. So I leave, and then I'm like trying to decide if I want to go to a hotel like myself or just like tough it at the airport. Well, news flash, spoiler alert, I decided to tough it. So I'm like, okay, I'm walking around the airport. I'm looking for like a quiet spot to sleep at this point, you know? And yeah, exactly. I was really tired. Okay, so my reasoning for staying at the airport, aside from I didn't want to spend money on a hotel, was that well, that was kind of the most minor reason. But honestly, like, if I had been traveling with someone, I probably would have done it. But like in my brain, I was like leaving this airport and then having to get back to the airport and go through like security and all these things all over again, and like not have any stuff. Like, I only had my purse with me, so I didn't have like any stuff, you know, like bathroom stuff or clothes or anything. That to me just sounded really like stressful. If I wouldn't have had to do it alone, then it would have been worth it to me, I think. But I just felt more comfortable of like, I'm already here and then I just have to wait, you know, and I don't have to worry about anything else like traffic or something like preventing me from getting back to this airport. Cause like, I just didn't want anything that could potentially make me miss my new flight. You know what I mean? It was because of weather, severe weather. Yeah. So I just decided to tough it. I was like, it's fine. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I can sleep on the plane, like, you know, and I'll figure it out. And since it's like really late at night now, like most of the flights are done, so it's getting quiet. There's like not that many people. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna just find a place to sleep, you know, and just try to get some sleep. So I'm walking around the airport. I find like an area where there's like no one, and they have these like recliner chairs, you know, and it was like a mom and her two daughters were like sleeping in them, and there was one like kind of next to them with no one else, like no seat next to it. So I was like, I'm gonna sleep next to them because I just feel safe like being near a group of women / girls, you know. So I'm like, I'm finding my trusted adult like to be near, you know. I was like, I feel like no one's gonna mess with me if I don't look like I'm alone, you know. So I go over there and I'm like, I only have my purse to protect. So I'm like, okay, I go over there, I lay next to him, like in the chair next to him, and I just like curled up and like curled my well, I like looped it on my arm and then like curled it into me, so like someone would be really hard pressed to like rob me, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that was my spot. I was in shorts though, which I think I talked on stream about how I was how I was debating on whether or not to wear shorts or jeans, and I should have worn the damn jeans because I was freezing, and eventually I got up and bought a travel blanket because I was so cold that I couldn't sleep. I was over there shivering in that damn thing. Although I will say I brought, because usually I don't do this, but I brought my contact case and like had pre-filled it with solution in my glasses, so I was able to take my contacts out, thank God. I didn't have anything else, so I bought a travel blanket and like a travel toothpaste and toothbrush because I can't stand like my mouth feeling gross, you know, like that makes me feel so disgusting. So I was like, I'm gonna buy this little like travel toothpaste and toothbrush, and you know, that's just gonna have to do. That's gonna have to do it. Something similar happened to you? No, you're flying to Kansas from Cali in your first decently long flight cross state. You had a connection in Texas and there was a record-breaking snowstorm in Texas? That's crazy. Like, what are the odds of that? I've slept overnight in a couple airports, not the best, but it's doable. I'm a reasonably intimidating guy though. Yeah, I was a little worried about someone messing with me, but again, that's why I was relieved when I saw that mom and her daughters, because like I feel like no one's gonna mess with, like they're probably gonna assume I'm with them, and like there's safety in numbers, you know. So and no, sure enough, no one messed with me, so we were all good. But yeah, it's definitely doable sleeping at the airport, but now that I've done it, I don't recommend. It was not great. Yeah, I didn't get nothing from them. I didn't get a damn thing. Pocket minty freshness for the go. Yeah, I can tell you, I know I wouldn't be able to sleep in an airport just due to the fluorescent lights. Oh my god, yeah, the lights, and they were blasting music, like for like upbeat music for no reason. Like they literally were playing shit like fucking Bohemian Rhapsody at like 3 a.m. Like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? Come on, at least play something like calm and relaxing. Like, why are we bumping at this fine hour, you know? Like, what is going on? But I was so exhausted. I did manage to sleep. It was like at like an hour at a time, you know. I was waking up a lot, but the middle of the night was the best because since there weren't any like flights going on, there weren't the like overhead announcements happening, you know. So aside from the blasting music, it was like relatively quiet, or at least like I can sleep to music, ideally not that music, but you know, like I can sleep to music. The announcements are obviously really loud and like, you know, kind of wake you up. Every 5 minutes they spout the same shit about only carrying whatever amount of liquid on your carry-on. Oh yeah. My folk made it out of the local airport like an hour before the power in the state went out. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, yeah, apparently I was there for some unprecedented fucking tornadoes in New York. But yeah, so the middle of the night was the best part because I had people next to me and it was like as quiet as it was gonna get, you know? So I was sleeping like an hour, wake up, move around, sleep about an hour, wake up, move around. Managed to get through the night. I slept on and off until like 5 a.m. I think. And then eventually I got up, like brushed my teeth, had some food. By the way, I didn't have like a proper dinner because all the restaurants were closed by the time I got my shit figured out. And then it was only like those kind of convenience stores that have like meals, but they're not real meals, you know? So I was like not well fed, stressed, riddled with anxiety, like just not great, you know. And now we're becoming sleep deprived. And mind you, so for me, I think I've talked about this on stream before, but way back when, I had a medication that did a really weird thing. It was like an acne medication that fucked up my stomach. So like when I'm really anxious or really sleep deprived, really tired, I'm nauseous. I get nauseous. But back in the day, it used to make me throw up like a lot. It's gotten better to where I don't throw up anymore, but I do still get like nausea. So I'm sleep deprived and I'm stressed, so I'm nauseous. And then I'm like not eating enough food because I'm nauseous. And then that's making me more nauseous because then I'm hungry and I'm dizzy. It was bad. I was really struggling. I did not feel fucking good. But yeah, so I sleep till like 5 a.m. and I got up. I got a smoothie because I was like, okay, I need to eat something, and drinking is easier than like chewing right now. So I ate, and then I ended up booking. They have like I think it was called like Minute Suites. It's like these little rooms that you can book well, apparently you can book it like overnight, and it's in the airport, but you can also book it like for a number of hours. And I was so tired and like so desperate to just pass some time and get some decent sleep without having to leave the airport that I booked one for like, I think I did 2 hours, and that was at like 9 a.m. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like sleep for 2 hours, and it'll be like, I think it was like 9:40 or something like that. So it's like, it'll be almost noon by the time I'm out of there. And then I just have like a couple more hours to burn before my flight, you know? So I did that. I knocked the fuck out in that thing. I'm so glad I did it. It was fucking expensive, but it was worth it. It was like, it had like a little bed in there. Well, not like a real bed, but you know, like a little cot. And blankies and AC, and it was like, I'm actually scared of the dark. I do not like sleeping in pitch black, but I literally it was like soundproofed in there too, so it was completely quiet, and I slept in the complete darkness, and it was glorious. I passed the fuck out. I died in there, I think. So that was good. I had a good solid 2 hours of sleep, and then I got out of there, ate lunch. It took me a really long time to eat lunch because I was nauseous. And then I just waited around for my flight. So that was that. And then after that, oh yeah, and there was a whole thing about my bags, because so I was a little bit nervous about my bag because when I talked to someone, they said I wouldn't need to recheck my bag in Copenhagen. But then in the same conversation with the Delta people, they said, actually, you will need to. And then I'm like, okay, you've told me two different things in one conversation. I'm having a little bit of trouble like trusting you. And I don't want to like lose my bag. Like that's the last thing I need in this whole ordeal, right? So Pavan was like, you should ask them in Copenhagen. Like, we know it's gonna get to Copenhagen fine. So once you land in Copenhagen, they should be able to like scan your bag tag or whatever and tell you. It's like, okay, so I get to Copenhagen. I'm a little bit stressed about Copenhagen because I have to go through like passport control and all that. And I only had an hour now. My new flight, so originally I was gonna have like 3 hours in Copenhagen. My new flight, I only had an hour in Copenhagen. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to go through like passport control, potentially recheck my bag. and like all this shit, and like an hour is not that long, like deep to deep plane, do all the things. So I'm a little stressed. I get to Copenhagen. I asked the lady at the gate, I'm like, do I need to recheck my bag? And she was like, I'm like 90% sure you don't need to. And I'm like, what do I need to do to be 100% sure? Like, you know what I mean? Where do I need to go to get an 100% sure answer? Because I'm scared. When you came back from Singapore, your luggage did not arrive with you. What did you do? How did you resolve that? But yeah, I'm like, okay, who can I talk to that can tell me like 100% for sure whether or not I need to go to baggage claim and recheck my bag, you know? And she's like, oh, you can go, like, after you go through passport control, there's this thing, I forget what it was called, like you could talk to them there. I'm like, okay. So I go to passport control, the line is like crazy long. I'm like, I'm fucked. But luckily there was like people from the airport coming around, and they're like anyone who has a connecting flight, like put your hand up. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. And then they're like, when's your flight? And so I got to skip the line, or a big part of the line basically. So I got through passport control. I think I had like 20 minutes before my flight. So I'm hustling. By the way, Copenhagen's airport is quite big. It was beautiful though. I wish I could have had the time to like walk around and look, because it felt like, from the little bit I remember in the blur of me running through it, it felt quite artsy. I feel like it was really colorful, maybe had some like murals, or I don't know. I think there was some interesting stuff going on the walls and stuff, and just how it was built, that I don't really remember now because I was flying through it. But I remember as I was walking through it being like, this is kind of cool. I wish I had the time to like look. But so I'm running, and my gate is so freaking far away, and then I find there's like a split where it's like the place that she told me to go to check about my bag, and the place where my gate is. And so I go to the place to talk about my bag, and there's bitches lined up, like, take a number. I didn't even see where to take the number though, but there's like a screen with like what number is being talked to. I'm like, oh fuck, man, like I don't have time to wait for this, like my flight's in like 10 minutes. So I was like, fuck man, I'm just gonna go to my gate and ask the person at the gate, because like surely they can tell me. So I'm running. I'm in my hoodie. I'm sweating. I'm like wet. I'm panicked again. I'm like, ah, fuck. So I get to the gate, and I go up to the gate agent, and I'm like, can you please tell me if I need to recheck my bag? Like, what do you know? Can you tell me? Because I need to get on this flight. I don't want to miss this flight. And so she scans it, and she's like, oh yeah, you're good. You don't need to recheck it. It hasn't been put on the plane yet, but you're good. Like, it will. I'm like, okay. So I sit my ass down and wait for my boarding group, because by the time I got to her, they're already boarding. So all right, I wait for my boarding group. I get on the plane, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make it to Norway. And hopefully my bag is gonna make it with me. And it did make it. She did not lie to me. She was a real one. We made it to Norway, besties. But yeah, that was essentially the situation. I spent I think I spent 21, no, how many hours did I spend? I don't know, almost 24 hours at New York, or at JFK airport. I don't recommend. I mean, it's a fine airport, you know, whatever, but I hope I never have to do that again. It sucked ass. It was absolutely awful. I don't know how people like I don't know that I mean, like I definitely could survive staying overnight at the airport again. I just like, you know, I had started to prepare for the idea that I might not get a flight until the next day, but I was thinking like surely early morning, right? Like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. even. Like sure, but no, not until 5 p.m. the next day. Like, bruh, it's just awful. It's just absolutely awful. Let's see. So you had a connection from San Francisco to LA. The luggage was in San Francisco, but they didn't put any of the luggage from connections on the plane. Oh no. There was some kind of strike going on. I had to fill out a form. Oh, and then they like delivered it separately. Actually, I have had my luggage lost once. Or not lost, but a similar thing where it didn't get like sent to the destination for some reason. I think it was when I was flying home from Texas once, actually, I want to say. And then they just ended up delivering it to me, like to my house, the next day. Yeah. That sucks though. Less it is, never fly out of New York during tornado season. Yeah, I mean, fucking goddamn. Apparently. It was awful, you guys, but you know what, again, it got me there, and I got there on Thursday morning, so still plenty of time before the wedding. I was able to get a lot of rest and everything and kind of settle myself out. So, you know, it all worked out. And again, I would do it all over again for wifey. But that was my first time ever having an experience like that. And it was quite a lot for an anxious girly like me, all by myself. I think I would have not been so stressed had I not been alone. But that was kind of a lot to happen by yourself, you know? And like for it to be international, and I had like not just one connection but two, and it was just kind of like a struggle the whole way there. Like I never felt at ease really, like the whole way there. So, you know, it was just a lot. And I have the unfortunate reality of being sleep deprived / really tired and anxious, making me very nauseous. I ended up not really sleeping on the flight to Copenhagen because I felt so sick, like I couldn't sleep. I think I slept maybe 3 hours, like not straight, but you know, just like all together. Like I managed to sleep 3 hours, and I think the flight was 8. I believe it was like 8 hours. So yeah, which actually is not too bad, but it was not a very restful sleep, but it was sleep. But yeah, it was just a lot. But I got to Norway, and Kudu and Pavan they got me food, they had water, they had like 3 drink options for me upon pickup. I took a fat fucking shower, and then I slept for 9 hours. I slept for 9 hours. It was like 9 p.m. And then I stayed up until like 2 a.m. and then I slept for 12 more hours. And that was my first day in Norway. I slept so fucking much. It was funny because after I slept for 9 hours and I was hanging out with everyone, they were like, "You're not gonna sleep through the night." And I was like, honestly, I think I am. Like, I feel like I could go right fucking back to sleep right now, but you know, I'm gonna get up, try to stay up for a few hours just so I can hopefully sleep through the night, and you know, eat a little something, whatever, because I hadn't had dinner. And yeah, and then I'm gonna pass the fuck right back out, and I sure did. I slept for 12 more hours. And it was so nice in a real bed with the window open and the fresh like mountain air, and just like cuddled up in a comfy bed, and they had like a lavender like pillow spray, and I was just like, wow, like this is the life. I was like, this is like the best sleep situation after everything I've just been through. You know what I mean? flying, I feel like it's just constant anxiety in general. They make it so tough. You know, sadly, or not sadly, but like, well, this flight was sad for me because usually, I've talked about this before, I love flying. I usually don't get stressed too much anyway when it comes to flying, or at least like I'm usually the type of person, I'm stressed until I get through TSA, and then I'm hard chilling, and then I'm just excited. And I love flying. I love being on a plane. I love like being kind of disconnected from the world, although now you're not really, because like all my flights had free Wi-Fi. But yeah, like I love it. It is usually not a stressful thing for me. It's usually like pure excitement and fun. So this kind of sucked for me because it was not fun. I did not have fun. The way back was a lot smoother, but the way there, the way back is always like less fun because it's just, you know, you're kind of sad to be going home, and you're also kind of like ready to be home. So it's just like a little bit less fun than, you know, the excitement of going there, wherever you're going. But yeah, I usually love flying. So I was really kind of bummed out that my exciting flight to Norway was turned into a fucking nightmare. But you know, shout out to my mom, shout out to Roxy, and shout out to Kudu and Pavin. They sure did help me through it, and all played a part in preventing me from having a full-blown meltdown. You know? If it weren't for them, I definitely would have started sobbing. I was really close to it when I called Roxy, and then she helped calm me down. So, you know, I really needed that. But yeah, it was the best sleep ever. Everyone got all bent out of shape when I drove 17 hours to Florida. They did not understand the lengths I would go to avoid airports. Oh, really? See, I love flying. I love it. But I do like driving too. I like both. Well, I don't like driving, but I like long car rides, I guess I should say. But yeah, I love flights. At least now you know what to do next time you try to fly to Norway. Yeah, I definitely, you know, if I ever am in a similar situation, I feel more prepared for it. I know that I can survive it, you know? I know I can make it through. You know, my mom was really hyping me up. She's like, yeah, you're a badass. Well, she didn't say that, but you know, she's like, yeah, you're strong. You can do it. You got this. And I'm like, okay, mom, I needed to hear that from you. Sometimes you just need your mom's encouragement, you know? But yeah, it was a fucking nightmare though. I can't lie. It really sucked. I hope I never have to do that ever again. It really was not fun, but I did recover. You know, we made it through. Yes, I love being a passenger princess. Mom doing mom things, exactly. She did what she had to do. I called her so many times throughout me being stuck at the airport, and she just listened to me yap, bless her heart. She just let me talk at her, and you know, and then threw in some encouraging words and love. And she really got me through that. She really did. But yeah, that was my flight there. It was something special. One for the books, to be sure. It was definitely a new experience. Get one of those Japanese vans, the one where the back seats can make a big table. Oh, so that on a road trip you and friends can play board games. Oh, that would be so fun. I think the High Ace is one. Those are like the king of the road trip vehicle. Ooh, check it out. But yeah, so that was that. And then what else did I want to talk about? There's so much that went down. Oh, okay, yeah. So a little bit of a funny story that really cracked me the fuck up. So another thing that I brought that I was so glad I brought, aside from my contacts and glasses in my purse, was I brought my Awala, which that ended up being so clutch. So I've been too scared to bring my Awala on a flight all this time, because I've seen those like videos where people's Awalas like become a fucking water fountain because of the pressure. And even though I've watched like videos on what to do to prevent that from happening, I've still been too anxious that somehow I'll still do it wrong and I'll end up like dousing myself in fucking water. So I've never done it, but this time, for whatever reason, I decided I'm gonna stop being a big baby and just do it. And I'm so fucking glad I did, because then, you know, I always had a drink without having to keep buying more water bottles or whatever drink while I was stranded at the fucking airport, you know? So it ended up being the real MVP. But yeah, so in Norway, I had my Awala. So so we ended up going to this salon the day of the wedding, right? Like, and Kuda's getting her hair done, and then the rest of us are like there, like we're like doing our makeup and whatever, just getting ready before we were to go to the church, right? And while we were there, Pavin's mom made like a little basket of like snacks and drinks for us to take, just to have, like, you know, for the whole day basically, and even the road trip we were gonna do like later. So I was like, okay, so we're at the salon, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take like this water, you know, and refill my wallet, because my wallet was empty, or I drank all the water. And once I poured the water, I immediately realized it was like what do you call it, sparkling water. And I'm like, oh man, I don't like sparkling water, but I just poured the whole bottle of it in my Awala, so I guess I'm just gonna drink it, you know, like I'm not gonna waste it. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna drink this sparkling water. And that was fine, whatever. Like, I think it's kind of gross, but whatever, I was drinking it. And while we were at the salon, I opened it up one time, and because of the carbonation, it kind of like made like a little popping sound, and it startled me, and we all kind of like laughed or whatever. We're like, oops. And then like, whatever, I leave it, like go about the day. And so later, like after the wedding, or like the ceremony, we're all like traveling to the venue that the what do you call it, the reception is gonna be at, and it's at like a hotel that we're staying at for like 2 nights. And so I'm in the car with the photographer and Pavin's best man, and so we're just hanging out, we're talking. It's like a, I don't know, 40-minute drive or something to the venue, and we're just yapping away, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm thirsty, like let me take a drink of my fucking water. And when I opened the bottle, it straight up sounded like I popped a bottle of champagne. Like, it made this super loud popping sound, and I'm in the back seat, and so the photographer's driving and the best man's like in the passenger seat, and they both like whip around and look at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have sparkling water in my Awala. And they're like, we dead ass thought you just like popped a bottle of champagne back there. And I'm like, no. It's just my water. And they're like, yeah, sure. Like, So, you know, we had a good laugh about that. But, you know, it would have been really appropriate. I'm almost a little bit sad now that I didn't have fucking champagne. You know, I feel like the moment really called for it, but no, it was just the sparkling water in my awala. So, you know, just so you know, if you ever put sparkling water in your awala and open it after like a few hours at least, it will pop like exactly the sound of popping open a bottle of champagne. Just so you know, something I learned in Norway, you know. It was fucking hilarious though. It scared the shit out of me too. Wife's an absolute passenger princess. Slay. She just chills in the passenger seat while I listen to an audiobook and drive. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I just imagine you went to the bathroom every time you tried to open your water bottle on the plane. I actually didn't. So I was brave. And I read that what you're supposed to do. So I saw some people say you should just open the lid like normal. Like if you're about to take a drink and keep it open until you're at like whatever, the like cruising altitude or whatever. But I didn't like that because I'm like, that's like all the way open, so like I just feel like it could spill, you know. So I was like, eh. But I saw someone else say you can just like unscrew the lid a little bit where it's still like attached, but like it won't be able to like build up pressure. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that, and that did work. I never had an issue. I did think about the first time going to the bathroom, but I was like, no. I'm just gonna open it because I was like, it's gonna be fine. It's literally like unscrewed, you know. So that's what I did, and it did work. It was totally fine. So if you too are afraid of taking your awala on the plane because you don't want to become a fucking water fountain, just unscrew the lid a little bit and you'll be just fine. I did not have a single problem, and I had a lot of flights. What's a wedding without a little booze? I mean, no arguments there. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, always. But yeah, so that I got a real good kick out of that because it legitimately sounded just like fucking champagne. And the looks on their faces was priceless, honestly. It was great. It was very funny. So yeah, there was that. What else? Oh yeah, another thing, just in case you guys ever find yourself in Norway, I have a recommendation for something to try, okay? So April bought these like ice cream sandwiches, and this might be controversial, but I actually am not a big fan of ice cream sandwiches, partially because I have a hard time biting into cold things. For that reason, I also don't really care for ice cream cake. But most reason why I don't really like ice cream cake is because I feel like it gets soggy. But also like biting into ice cream, I don't like it. But so yeah, I'm not a big fan of ice cream sandwiches. I know a lot of people really love them. They're just not really my fave. But April got these ice cream sandwiches, like Norwegian ice cream sandwiches. They look just like a normal ice cream sandwich. But you guys, they're so fucking delicious. I became addicted to the ice cream sandwiches. I had Pavan go and like buy some at the store, and I was eating them at every opportunity I got. And we went to this like ice cream shop one day, and they had an ice cream sandwich flavored bucket of ice cream. Okay, and it was also delicious. But that one weirdly had caramel in it, which the normal ice cream sandwich does not. I mean, maybe there's a version that has caramel. I never saw it. But I digress. The ice cream was delicious. And yeah, I really recommend the ice cream sandwiches. It's specifically, I think there's 2 different versions. It's the one that I think it has like a little girl on the package. I think they're like red. Like the packaging is like red, I want to say. Like a little girl on it. Yeah, ask Pavan. He'll know the one. He might still, depending on when you go, he might still have some in the freezer from from when I visited. But yeah, they're fucking phenomenal. They're so good. Not too sweet, just like the right amount. Great texture, not hard to bite into. I don't know. I was just like in love with it. And I was like, you know what? I think I need to try an American ice cream sandwich again, because admittedly it has been years, and you know, maybe my stance has just changed. But I will say, regardless, at the very least, the Norwegian ice cream sandwich is worth trying. Okay, freaking delicious, so good. But yeah, so that was one of my favorite, just kind of like random snacks, I guess I would say. They're really good. And if you already like ice cream sandwiches, like there's no way you're not gonna like them. Oh yeah, also hon, I did buy the Smash candy bar. I haven't tried it yet. I bought a bunch of candy bars and brought them home to share with Roxy and Christian. I have not tried it yet though, but I brought normal Smash, and then I also have the candy bar version, and I'm very excited to try the candy bar version since you said you liked it but didn't like normal Smash. So I'm like, it's got to be like relatively different, but it's got to still taste like Smash. So I'm very curious to see what it's gonna be like, you know. You can try the far superior candy bar. Hey, I'm excited to try it. I have no doubts that it's gonna be good. I just can't fathom why you don't like normal Smash. But you know, whatever. It's fine. You do you, King. I'm sure the candy bar is going to be fantabulous though. As is all their chocolate, really. But yeah, I'm excited to try it. I'm very curious. I have a bunch of different chocolates. I'm gonna try to not open more than one at once, you know, just for freshness. But yeah, I'll let you know once I've finally tried it what my thoughts are. And then I got my favorite is Crispo. If you haven't tried that one, Juan, I definitely recommend you get one and try it. It's basically like a Crunch bar, but better. It's delicious. I love Crispo. I brought one back for Roxy and Christian, and then one just for myself because it's my favorite, and I was like, I want a whole one just for me. Sorry, but you know, I need it. But yeah, it's my recommendation. Freaking delicious. If you like Crunch bars, at least you should love a Crispo. But yeah, it was delicious. Ate a lot of good food while I was there. I forgot to post the pictures I was gonna share with you guys. I definitely have some I'm gonna post on my Discord. I just got distracted. I've been a mess since I got back. Also, it's been absolute craziness because like at the wedding, I'm meeting like, well, not meeting. I've met Kudu's family before, but meeting like Pavan's family, it's like, it's just craziness, right? Like that, like very fun. Love them all. But you know, like whenever you're like around family and stuff, it's kind of like a different kind of tiring. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh yeah, like this is great. And then I'm like, man, I can come home and relax. But I forgot that this past weekend, Roxy and Christian's family were coming into town. So I went straight from like one like trip where I'm around like people's family and then straight home to being around more family. And it was great. It was very fun. But I'm like, man, I'm excited to just be with the besties this week and have a little relaxation, but mostly just from socializing. My social battery is like drained. Like absolutely on empty. And I just need to be left the fuck alone for a while. Yeah, because you know, like my social battery gets depleted pretty fast, but like at least for me, you know, it's kind of like when you work, you have like your work persona. It's like that, but when I'm around family, like people's family, like not my own people, or even my own, well, not my immediate family, but like maybe extended family, there's kind of like, you know, a level of like persona there, and then around other people's family like that, and it's just it has a different drain to it, you know, than if you're just like socializing with like close friends or whatever, right? So yeah, my social battery is it's done. I'm tired. So this week's gonna be nice. I'm just gonna relax and you know, just do my thing, just try to recharge and try to get my circadian rhythm or whatever back in order. It's mostly been good. I'm not like super jet lagged. I've definitely had worse, but I start to have to fight sleep at like 6 p.m. So that's been a little bit rough. That's been a little bit rough. But you know, I think we're well on our way. But yeah, the kitties would help you recharge. Oh, they absolutely are. They are. I missed them so much. My sweet girls. We've been cuddling. They are so funny too. So as I've like told you guys, like I've had them kept in my room, and ever since I got home, especially like the first 2 days, every time I'd leave the room, it's like nonstop meowing. They're like, come back. And it's really cute. But yeah, they're starting, I think they're starting to realize that I'm like not going anywhere. But yeah, when I first got home, they were like, every time I'd leave the room, even for like a couple minutes, they would just lose it. They're screaming and crying, hooting and hollering. And I'm like, oh, girls, like, you know, sure does make you feel loved. So it's been good to be back with my girls. We've been cuddling and just seeing their cute little faces, you know. I missed them. I always do. That's the one of the things that's like always hard when I travel is I'm always missing my girls. I feel like, you know, that's just the common pet experience, you know. Nah, that was literally them, as like they were hooting and hollering full on. Fifi especially was not having it. She's like, how dare you leave this room? How dare you leave my side? She's so cute, I swear. But yeah, so it's been good to be back with my girls. And just, you know, be home. It's nice to be home. It's weird too, because like Forest was kind of the first instance where it kind of like set in for me that like Texas is my home now. You know, like all these years when I come back from Forest, it's going back to my apartment. And now it's it's like, and like normally when I would be leaving Forest, it's like I'm also about to say bye to Roxy and Christian until the next time like we can visit each other. But it's not that anymore. Like we go to the same place. And with the Norway trip, it was like instead of coming home to my apartment, I'm coming home and seeing Roxy again, you know, like, so that's kind of made that part of things like set in a different way, which is really nice and just like cool. But yeah, it's crazy. I can't get used to the fact that I now home like is Texas, but I also love it. But yeah, what else? Oh, I watched a show actually while I was in Norway. So it was kind of an interesting trip just because like, you know, I was visiting wifey, but she's also like hosting her family and other people. So like there was some downtime, just chilling kind of like at their house and stuff. And so I ended up watching a show with her sister, which was really good. So I have a show recommendation for you guys. It's called, I think it was called Love and Death. Life and Death? Love and Death, I think. I'm pretty sure. Love and Death. And it's like based on a true like a true crime story. It was crazy. And it's the actress that plays Wanda, like in the Marvel universe. I love her. What's her name again? Elizabeth Olsen, I think. What's her name, right? Yeah, she's like the main she plays the main character. She did a freaking phenomenal job. I love her so much. She's so pretty and so talented. But yeah, it was a really good show. I very much enjoyed it. So that's my new show recommendation for you guys. Oh yeah, also off topic of the Norway trip, but Roxy and I did start Moon Knight last night. And I am thoroughly enjoying it. We only watched a few episodes, I think 3?
Where have you been all my life?
Minky wants Squishment.
Hi, wifey. I've been yapping about my Norway adventures. How are you? I miss you. Hope you're doing good today. Hello. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Moon Knight. It's very interesting. I have a lot of questions, and Roxy told me that she, by the end of season 1, still has a lot of questions. So I'm like, okay. Knowing that, I really do hope we get a season 2. And I haven't even finished season 1 yet, but I'm like, man, I have so many questions. It's a very interesting concept so far, though. I'm really enjoying it. And I just fucking love Oscar Isaac. Oh my god, he's so fucking fine. And he is also such a great talent. I really like Steven. He's such a dweeb. Like, I have a soft spot for Marvel dweebs, you know? Like, I can't help myself. How's power washing? It's good. It's good. We're just doing the submarine. Actually, I kind of hate it. I kind of hate vehicles like this. I always prefer the like venues or like homes and stuff or buildings over the vehicles, because I feel like the vehicles just always tend to have really annoying like details. There's just always so many cracks and crevices and different angles you have to hit, and it's just like, ugh, you know, kind of a pain. I haven't even been paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm literally just like yapping away and shooting, pointing and shooting and hoping for the best. There has been no methodology, no paying attention to finishing what I started. Like I'm really just out here being just about as chaotic as I could possibly be on this clean. You know? We're truly out here just doing whatever. But I've heard a few things go off, so I guess we're doing okay. I don't know. You're doing great, thanks, wifey. I was telling everyone about how you got married, but you're still wifey. And how while we were taking pictures together, we were giggling about how we're wifeys. I'm excited to see those pictures because now I'll always know that that's what we were talking about while the pictures were being taken. I still think, in my personal opinion, as your wifey, I feel like I should have been the one to walk you down the aisle, but you know, whatever. I guess your dad works too. Just saying, I feel like if there was anyone that deserved to hand you off, it should have been me. You could have been the one to stand up and object to the wedding. Yeah, I should have. Or not object. No, I support you guys, but just to object to what do you call it? Like assert dominance. Not to object that the wedding happened, but just to assert my dominance. That everybody remembers, despite you guys getting married, I am your wifey. And I will always be your wifey. And Pavan can't take that away from me. You know? He will never be your wifey. That's me. But you know, it's okay. Maybe if you guys renew your vows, then and you need someone, do you get walked down the aisle to renew your vows? Well, even if you don't, you know, we could introduce that as a potential thing for the ceremony. And I got you. I'm your girl. Cause wifey number one. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, it was great. It was a grand old time. We had some great adventures. I gotta remember to post some of my pictures. I was debating if I wanted to post any of my gosh, I'm sorry, my brain, like I said, I start getting tired this time of day. I'm struggling to speak and think. What am I trying to say? Hold on. What? I feel like I lost the whole thing now. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. Oh, okay, I remember. I've been debating whether or not I want to do an immersion break with a couple of my photos, cuz I have some cool photos during the road trip where we were driving through the mountains and stuff. And I have some pictures that are just the scenery. But I'm debating whether or not I should share some of the photos of me with the scenery in the background, you know? I can't decide. To immersion break or not to immersion break? That is the question. Say nothing, just stand in T-pose to assert dominance. Wait, it's funny you say that because one of the pictures I have is of me T-posing in the mountains. That was Pavin's recommended pose for the picture. Just censor with a PNG mint? Well, at that point, I might as well just share the scenery photo, you know? Because it's the same scenery in the background. I'll probably just do the scenery photos. But yeah, I just couldn't make up my mind like which pictures I wanted to share. But I definitely have some really good ones. One of the places, so like we stopped at quite a few different like photo spots, and there was this one, it was like crazy. I don't know what it was called. I'm sure it has a name. But it was like in the middle of the freaking mountains, and there was like fucking waterfalls and shit and all these different like platforms for you to take pictures on. And so Pavin went with me to take pictures. It was like it was really, really cold and windy and raining a little bit. So like Kuru and her sister waited in the car. So Pavin went with me to help me take photos. And we get to like the first platform, and it's like one of those platforms where it's like there's no ground underneath you. It's just a drop like into the whatever, right? Like where the waterfall's going down to and all this shit. And then there's like mountains around, and it's just like one of the most like beautiful things I've ever seen. Like it was gorgeous. And I'm like, I'm all confident because I'm like, yeah, I don't usually get scared of heights except for things like Ferris wheels. Like otherwise, like I'm usually okay. But I get up to this like platform and I start like shaking like a freaking leaf. Like, I'm like, oh my fucking god, like, oh fuck. You know, I'm like, oh my god, we're so high up and we're like outside and the wind's blowing and like it's a far drop down. I'm like, oh my god, like I feel like my body, like despite my brain being like, I know I'm not gonna fall, I know I'm gonna be fine, my body was like going into survival mode and like willing me to not get close to the rail. And Pavin was just laughing at me like, fuck man, like this is freaky. But it was beautiful. I got a bunch of pictures of me like next to the railing ish. My feet were quite a few steps away, and then I was just leaning towards it a bit. But I got some cool pictures of me like with the backdrop, and then just some pictures of the actual scenery without me in it. And it was so cool. It was such a beautiful area. I think my favorite thing, aside from, you know, the wedding and everything, it was that drive. Like it was like an 8-hour drive through the mountains. It was so beautiful. I've never done something like that before, and it was just like, it was funny because I think it was Pavin's brother that we were like talking about the drive, and he's like, oh, you're gonna like watch some movies? And I was like, no, like what's outside of the window is going to be my movie. Like I'm just gonna like look at the scenery the whole time. And that's exactly what I did, and it was amazing. It was so beautiful. I have a lot of pictures from that I'll share with you guys. But yeah, that was probably my favorite thing. It was just so cool. Like such a cool experience to drive through it, you know? And just look at everything, and like everywhere you look was beautiful. Oh yeah, and I'll share, I got a picture of it. You can't see it like super well, but so every fucking time I would get out of the car to take a picture at like a stop, you know, like they had like all these designated stops where you can pull off the road and take a picture. And every time, I swear to God, every time I'd get out of the car, it would suddenly start raining. Like it wouldn't be raining while we're driving, and then the second I get out of the car, it would start raining. I'm like, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting my picture, you know? So I got rained on a lot, but it's fine. I don't care. It was worth it. But because it was raining, at one point when we were like up in the very top of the mountains, there was like this big ass rainbow, and oh my gosh, it was just, with the rest of the scenery, you guys, it was beautiful. And obviously you guys know I love rainbows, and it just felt perfect, like it was meant to be. And I was like, you know, my struggle busing, taking pictures in the rain is all worth it for this rainbow, because it just made a beautiful thing even more beautiful, you know? It was truly gorgeous. If you ever have the opportunity to just drive through the fucking mountains in Norway, do it. 100% do it. It was absolutely stunning. Unforgettable. I took so many photos. And it was just a really cool experience. Sounds like one of those Netflix docs where two go up and only one comes down. Luckily, both of us did come down. Heights are fine. It's the system deceleration at the end of the fall that concerns me. Wait, what does that mean? Or sudden deceleration? The best to drive during the summer. Yeah, it was just absolutely gorgeous. I bet the winter would be gorgeous, but a little bit scary because of the snow. You like rainbows? Never knew. I know, right? You know, a little known fact about me. You wouldn't be able to tell just looking at me, you know, but I do love a good rainbow, I must admit. Model gotcha. Thank you for the model gotcha redeem. But yeah, I truly, I 100% recommend doing it if you ever have the chance, because it was just beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. Where I'm from in the Midwest, we do not have mountains like that. And it was just perfect. Also, I've recommended this before. If you ever go to Norway, eat so much bread. If you like bread, like you will not be disappointed in Norway. Eat as much bread as you can. It's so delicious. It's so freaking good. Highly recommend. We're almost done with this thing. For as little attention as I've been paying, somehow it's worked out pretty well. Which I'm really relieved, because, oh shit, oh fuck. How do I get that? I see the dirt there. Maybe up right here? Can I kind of like sneaky? Ah, yes I can. But yeah, the bread is always good. Just eat a lot of bread. I was hoping to get the Gothman to prove you don't like rainbows. Oh yeah, that definitely would have proven your point for sure. Oh yeah, you guys, I fell in love with a goth mommy. I fell in love with a goth mommy at the wedding. She was beautiful. I might be delusional, but I think she was flirting with me, and I was falling for her charms. Okay. Yes, I already talked about the ice cream sandwiches, wifey. Oh, they're so good. I already missed them. Eat bread, cries, and carb cutting. Nah, look, you're gonna have to cut that out if you go to Norway, okay? And then you can go back to it, but you gotta eat the bread while you're in Norway. I'm sorry, you just have to. It's a requirement. I don't make the rules, but you know, you have to. You gotta eat the bread. Would you like her number? No, it's okay. I thought Pavin said that okay, so wait, I gotta tell you guys, okay. So let me tell you guys a story, okay? So at the wedding, as the resident, like one of the only fucking single people there, you know, everybody is trying to hook me up. I'm like, you guys, like, I'm good. But you know, that's how it goes. So I'm like, all right. So apparently going into this wedding, I had been told that there's some dude in attendance that likes is looking for a tall American woman. I'm like, oh no, I fit the bill. Oh fuck. He's gonna spot me in an instant. And you know, so I meet this man. Turns out, I don't know, wifey, was this intentional? Was he intentionally put across from me at the reception, or did that just like end up happening coincidentally? I never knew, because I didn't know until later in the reception that he was the tall American lover. Yes, but because of Goth Mommy. Okay. Yeah, so there's this dude. He's nice, you know, we're talking, we're chilling, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I know that this is the guy that's in search of a tall American woman, apparently. He's fine, he's nice, whatever. We had some fun talks. Blah, blah, blah. Well, later in the reception, I'm hanging out, and this goth mommy walks up to me, and we're chatting, we're talking. I'm like, oh, she's so pretty. I have a little bit of a crush, you know. Oh yeah, he was tall. I don't remember if I think we probably were the same height, and I was wearing some like platform shoes, but if I remember correctly, I think we were like the same height in my shoes. I might be wrong. I was not paying that much attention. But I want to say I stood next to him briefly, and I want to say we were of similar stature. And again, I was in platforms. So yeah. You fell for a goth mommy once. She's your wife. Good for you, man. Good for you. I'm so happy for you, bitch. But yeah, okay, so I'm talking to goth mommy. I'm like, I feel like she's flirting with me, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm Delulu. Maybe it's the shot of vodka I just took. You know, who knows? But we're chatting, we're having a good conversation, whatever. She's telling me about where she lives. I'm like, ooh, you want me to visit? Like, well, you know, so it's fine, whatever. We have a talk, and then, you know, whatever. She goes, I think she went to get a drink or something, and then, you know, I go off somewhere else, and whatever. I didn't see her the rest of the night. Well, so the next day, or whatever, the day when we're road tripping through the mountains, I'm talking, so Pavin's like asking me like about whatever, tall American lover, and I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, he was nice, whatever. I mean, I don't really know that he was interested, because he wasn't really putting any moves, but like I was cool with that, because I was not really looking for anything unless a goth mommy appears. Apparently suddenly I changed my tune once a goth mommy appears. What can I say? It's not my fault, okay? I'm only human. I can't help it, okay? I see goth mommy. Like, what do you expect me to do? And so I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever, he was nice, chill, whatever. But this goth mommy, though, come to find out, goth mommy is tall American lover's ex. I'm like, oh my god, I was playing both sides. Like, fuck, what are the odds of that, dude? And apparently, so Kudo mentioned before, so a tall American lover was seated across from me because he had to be on the opposite side of the room from Goth Mommy at the reception. And that's why I didn't see her until later in the reception, because she was all the way on the other side of the room, I think facing the other way even. And yeah, so I was like, damn, oh my god, I flirted with his ex. Yeah, you know, the drama. But I swear, I think Pavin said that she was a little toxic. Like they broke up, they agreed to break up, but that she had some stuff. So, like, that's why I'm like, man, I don't know. Do I get her number? But Pavin did say she's a bi queen. So, you know, I don't know. But, you know, at the very least, she was my crush at the wedding. I was crushing on her. She's so pretty. But yeah, what, like, isn't that crazy though that they just so happen to be exes? I was like, what the fuck, man? What do you mean? What do you mean? So that was interesting. That was something. But yeah, that's the story of Goth Mommy and Tall American Lover. Neither panned out, I suppose, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, I'm not looking, so it's okay. I just got caught up in the allure of Goth Mommy, you know? That man must have fumbled the bag. Yeah, I don't know. But you know, I had fun. I had fun playing both sides, you know? It was a good time. I never would have expected that I would get myself in such a situation as that, but it was fun. I enjoyed myself. Wonderful time all around, you know? I could be her friend. That's how it starts. No, she was really nice. And she was telling me about where she lives now. I think she said it was like a couple hours out or something, maybe like 2 hours out, I want to say, or something. But she was saying during, I think this time of year, I might be wrong, the sun never fully sets there. Like it's always just kind of at most like kind of sunsetty. And so I have a note on my phone because I asked her to write down the name of the area, because she was like, if you ever come back to Norway, I really recommend you like coming here and like checking it out, because it's like a really beautiful place or whatever, and like come during that time of year where the sun doesn't fully set. Yeah, that's it. And she wrote down one other place, but I can't remember if that was like a town or a specific like thing in that place. I'll send it to you. But I was like, yeah, cool. I mean, I would love more places to you know, go in Norway. And if I shoot her a text whenever I visit, you know, what of it? What of it? What of it? I think anything from that city in north has the never setting sun for summer. And the never rising sun in winter. Yeah, I think she had mentioned that as well. I was like, that'd be really cool to see, you know? she said she really loves it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I've never been to a place, you know, like that. That'd definitely be like a really cool experience. And also kind of nice, you know. Like, it's kind of nice when you're traveling, like, as a tourist, the more daylight you have, you know what I mean? Because it feels like you can, like, stay out and do things more, even if things are closed. Just being able to, like, be out and walk around and it not be, like, pitch black outside. You know what I mean? So I definitely like to visit anywhere that has that, like, sun stays out. I think it could be upwards of like 50 days of full sun. That's crazy. It's so cool though. Again, I've just never experienced that before. That would be really cool to visit during that time of year. Crazy. But yeah, just silliness. Somehow I always find myself in like just weird situations, you know? Cause like, what are the odds of that? What are the odds that I develop a crush on the ex of the person that people are trying to set me up with? Apparently. Like, how do I manage that? You know? I don't know how I do, but I do. I guess I'm messy. I've never thought of myself as a messy person, but now I'm starting to wonder. Which actually reminds me, I think I'm almost out of my stupid stories. But I feel like I have to out myself about the bubble bath wifey. I feel like I have to. While at a wedding of an online friend of all places. I mean, right? Like, you know? If I had known she was a bi queen, I would have said to put her in front of you. Yeah, man. It's okay. We had a really good conversation. I had a lot of fun talking to her. Like, she was just nice, you know, and really pretty. But yeah, okay, let me tell you guys about this this bubble bath. So, okay, so I get to wifey's house, and you know, I'm getting the grand tour, and she shows me she's got this amazing bathtub. I mean, just like bathtub of your dreams, you know? I'm like, man, I haven't taken a bath in years, but after everything I've been through and all, you know, long car ride, long plane travel, all that, like, that just sounds really nice, you know? Yeah, let me take a bath. And she's cracking me up because she's like showing me all the stuff to put in the bath. She's like, look, you can use some of my my bath bombs and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not gonna use your bath bombs. Like, you know, those are yours. They're expensive. Like, I don't need a bath bomb. And she's cracking me up because she's like, no. Like, the sooner I use more bath bombs, the sooner I can go back to Lush. So I'm like, oh, okay, I got you. I'm like, okay. She's like, okay, here's the bubble bath. Here's how to use the bath. Here's the bubble bath. Here's the bath bombs. Like, pick one, whatever, do your thing. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I take a nice shower, get all nice and clean, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this bath. This is gonna be amazing. Like, this is gonna be so relaxing, so nice. There's like jets and shit. Like, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be like the best bath. The best bath I've ever had in my life, right? Like, this is just gonna be great. So I'm finally like ready to start taking this bath. I'm filling up the bath, which I didn't even tell you, wifey, that I couldn't figure out. Like, for some reason, the thing to like change the temperature was really hard to turn, and I got it to turn like to a certain extent. And then after that, I couldn't get it to turn anymore, but I was already butt ass naked. So I was like, man, I don't want to go out there and have to like bother her to like figure out. I'm like, it's fine. I'm just gonna fill up the bath. It's gonna be really hot, but like it'll cool down, and like it's fine. So I pour out this scalding fucking bath. Okay. So I'm already like, oh no. But like, it's fine. We'll figure it out. It's all good. Whatever. It's really hot, but like, I'll just wait for it to cool down a little bit. Like, I know. See, this is, again, going back to Pavin's so right. I gotta start speaking up. But it was fine, actually. Like, by the time I got in the bath, it was fine, you know? So no worries. It all worked out. But, so yeah, so I'm like, so when wifey was showing me the bubble bath, I was like, oh, how much do you put in? Cause like, I haven't taken a bath in forever, much less used like bubble bath. Like how much do you recommend putting in? She's like, oh, you know, just like however much, like, you know, pour a little bit, and then if it's not enough bubbles, like pour a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So so while I'm filling the bath, I'm pouring in the bubble bath, and I'm like, oh yeah, that doesn't seem like that many bubbles. So I just keep adding a little bit more, and and a little bit more, and a little bit more. and then I stop once it seems like an appropriate amount of bubbles. But the thing was that I'm still filling the bath. So like, you know, as I continue filling the bath, the bubbles continue bubbling, you know? But it's still fine. I'm like, yeah, that's a nice amount of bubbles. Like, this is great coverage. Like, this is gonna be great. I'm still fully believing that this is gonna be the best bath I've ever had in my life, right? And then I get in the bath. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is nice. It's really warm. Let's get these jets going, right? Like let's do this. I'm ready to relax. And so I turn on the jets. Well, I struggled to figure out how to turn on the jets for a little bit. Even though you showed me the button, for some reason I was struggling to get the thing to like respond. But I finally got it. I turn on these fucking jets. You guys, there were so many bubbles, like chin high. I am absolutely like just fucking drowning in bubbles, and I'm like, oh no, like this bath is gonna overflow. There's so many bubbles. Like I cannot overflow this bath with bubbles. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna drain a little bit of water, right? But the thing is that when you drain the water, like just the water goes away, but there's still all these bubbles on top, of course. So I'm like, okay, now I just have less water and the same amount of bubbles. It's getting all over like the edge of the bath. I got my hair up in a turby twist. It's all over me. It's everywhere. I am absolutely covered in bubbles. Like I genuinely feel like I'm gonna drown in these bubbles. Okay, I'm like, oh man, like this is bad. I'm panicking now. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck up their bath. I'm looking down at the drain as I'm like draining the drain on the floor. Bubbles are coming out of the drain in the floor. I'm like, oh my god, like terrible. And then I'm still like trying to like be like, well, let me enjoy the jets for a couple minutes. So then I turn the jets back on, and then the bubbles just keep multiplying, and I'm like, man, like this is fucked up. And I'm like, I can't. And then I'm like, man, I wish I could just start over, but I'm like, man, I don't want to waste the whole tub of water. So I turn off the jets. I'm like, forget the jets, forget them. No more jets. I had a bath, like a little crumble or a little piece of bath bomb picked out. I'm like, I can't use this bath bomb. It's just gonna make more suds. Forget the bath bomb. Like this is my punishment for using an atrocious amount of bubble bath. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll drain a little bit more water just so I can lay back in this, you know, in this bath, and try to enjoy what we've got here. So I do, and I'm just like, I am up to my neck in bubbles. I mean, it is just craziness. They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. Get a strobe and some heavy bass trance going. Wait, okay, next time. You could have, no, it's such a waste of water. I know you said the water's cheap there, but I'm like, fuck, man. So I did lay there and soak for a little while, but yeah, you know, it wasn't quite the bath I imagined. I was laughing at myself though, for my just absurd use of bubble bath. I've learned my lesson. And then, you know, I drained the bath. I got in the shower to rinse the bubbles off. I was shucking fucking bubbles off of me. There were so many bubbles. I stood up like I was practically clothed. Like I could have walked around the house and not been at all indecent. I was fully clothed in bubbles, you know. So I got in the shower and rinsed them off, and then I rinsed out the tub, you know, with the spray thing, got rid of all the bubbles, and then I got dressed and I went downstairs and I confessed to my crimes. I came clean, and I was laughing so hard I could hardly tell the story. But yeah, so what have we learned? What we've learned is that Minty cannot be trusted with the bubble bath. No, I had to come clean. I had to. This is wifey, you know? She knows everything. She needed to know. She needed to know what I had done with the bubble bath, you know? Next time we can go to Lush and just get you a bath bomb. Yeah, let's just go to Lush and get the rainbow bath bomb next time, you know? Let's just do that, because clearly I cannot be trusted with bubble bath. If I ever use bubble bath again, it is literally going to be a single squeeze. A single squeeze of bubble bath. Okay? Because clearly I cannot be trusted. You know, I cannot take on the responsibility of, you know, using an appropriate amount of bubble bath. But yeah, great bathtub though. I still stand by, you guys have an amazing bathtub. I didn't have the skill or wherewithal to, you know, use it properly. I fumbled. I did. But you know, it's okay. It was still as nice of a bath as it could be given the circumstances. There's always next time. Then you can go and see Goth Mommy too. Let's go. Let's go. You know, maybe it's a love story waiting to happen. Yeah. I still say missed opportunity for a foam party. You know, I think I have to agree with you, but now I know. I am equipped with the knowledge necessary, you know, to move forward. Yeah. But yeah, that was my bubble bath story. And I think that's about it. I think those are some of the most interesting things that came out of my trip to Norway. It was a great time. I wish I was still there. It's okay, next time I've already introduced the idea of going back with Roxy and Christian so they can experience it too. And then I don't have to miss them while I'm gone. You know? That's the play. And they are very down to come sometime, so yeah. Things to look forward to. I miss you too, wifey. I swear it was so nice. Like I was talking earlier about how it had just been so long since we had seen each other in person. And it was so nice, and it was very needed, you know. And I'm glad that we ended up having me stay for as long as I did, so that we could actually like spend, you know, some time outside of the wedding, you know. It was really, really nice. I can't wait to come back. Who'll take care of the kittens? Oh, we got friends to take care of them. Probably the friend that took care of them while I was at Forest. Our cat whisperer friend. That would probably be the move. I wish I could take the girls with me. Then it would be absolutely perfect. Then I wouldn't have to miss anyone. You know what though? I tell you what, guys, that just reminded me. So, you know, as bad as my plane experience was getting to Norway, there was someone on my flight to New York that like the one that, you know, diverted to Atlanta, that they were traveling abroad somewhere. Like they were moving abroad. I didn't catch where. I just heard, like I overheard a little bit about like an international flight or whatever. And they were traveling with their 2 cats. So they also, I'm pretty sure, got stranded in JFK, hopefully for not as long as I did. And hopefully they got a hotel. You know, I'm sure they probably did, just to be able to, you know, for their cat's sake. But yeah, they were traveling with 2 cats. I was like, oh my God, like, can you imagine you're moving and you're trying to like move your cats overseas, and your flight just so happens to get delayed because of weather and just fully throw off your whole schedule, and you get stranded at the airport overnight. I felt so bad for them. It put things into perspective. I think knowing that kept me a little bit sane, because I was like, you know what? It could be a lot worse. Because if I was in that situation with my cats, I would be absolutely losing my fucking mind. That had to be so stressful. Yeah, like that is a whole other level. The one good thing I feel like was they were like a couple, so at least they had like each other, you know, like, because if it was just yourself with your 2 cats, I mean, oh my God. you know, I mean, it's still bad, but at least they had each other to like figure things out and, you know, get through it together. But I felt so bad for them and their cats, because you can't explain that to your pets either, you know. They were such cute cats too, because they were seated like the row ahead of me, but like other side, you know, like diagonal. And like during the flight, I saw her like move, like, because she had the carrier, you know, like under the seat in front of her. And like during the flight, while we were just like at cruising altitude or whatever, she like pulled it up into her lap and opened it, and her cat like popped his head out and she was just giving him scritches. He was a gorgeous tabby, cute little baby. But yeah, I hope they got to their destination as quickly as possible and with as few problems after that, you know, as possible, because I think that would have broken me. That is like a whole other level of stressful. I hope them and their kitties are safe and settling in, you know, wherever they are. What an ordeal. Yeah, that weather really fucked up a lot of people's flights. I was so jealous of all the people who like New York was their final destination. I was like, man, I would give just about anything to be you right now. I'm jealous. You know, it's okay. It all worked out. I keep thinking this dark spot is dirt. But yeah, just absolutely crazy. It sucked. But again, I did learn that I can do it. I can survive it. If God forbid it ever happens again, I will be able to make it through, even if I am on my own. You know, that's a good thing to like, not a good thing to experience necessarily, but good life lesson, I guess I should say. So, you know, all good. As I clean this plane. The perpetrator. But the flight home was great. Well, for one, it had one less flight. It was only 2 flights instead of 3. So that was really nice. And well, my domestic flight, not so much, but the flight to New York, because I basically just went straight to New York from Oslo. And my flight to New York was very smooth. It was great. Oh yeah, I ended up watching a bunch of movies on the plane. So on the way, I think it was on the way to New York actually that I watched like my flight to New York before all hell broke loose. I mean, I watched Project Hail Mary. And I loved it. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. It was wonderful. So I watched Project Hail Mary. And then that was the only movie I watched like on the way through all my flights on the way to Norway. I mean, on the flight to Copenhagen, I watched Legally Blonde because I felt so sick and so tired. I just needed like a comfort movie. So I watched Legally Blonde, and then like a lot of, they had like The Office as well, so I watched some of that to just try to like sleep to, because I was like, maybe since I was having so much trouble sleeping, I was like, maybe if I play like a show that I normally would use to fall asleep to, maybe my body will like register it and I can sleep. And I did end up sleeping after I put that on, so it helped. But yeah, that's all I watched like on the way there. And then on the way back, I watched a bunch of movies because I was much more like awake for it. One, because I wasn't sleep deprived, and two, because my flights were like during daytime in Norway, at least the flight from Norway. So I watched The Drama, which was also very good. I liked it a lot. The ending was a little bit like lackluster to me, but I also don't really know like how else they could have really ended it, you know, that would have been like better. But I don't know, I guess it just like didn't wow, the ending didn't wow me for some reason. But again, I really don't know what they could have done different. So yeah, I don't know. But it was a really good movie. I love Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. They both did a phenomenal job. And it was a very interesting movie. I knew that it was supposed to be like about these two people getting married, and that like one of them, or that like Zendaya's character has like a dark secret that comes out. But I didn't have any inkling of like what it was gonna be or like what would happen. Like how, if things were like how things were gonna play out, like what kind of vibe it was gonna be. But it was good. It was very interesting. I liked it a lot. I'd recommend it. And then the other two movies I watched, unfortunately, I did not care for. But I did watch them all the way through. Project Hail Mary, it is a fucking goated movie. I loved it. It was definitely my favorite out of everything I watched. And then I watched They Will Kill You, which I was really excited for, and it ended up, I really did not care for it. I don't know. It's supposed to be like a comedy thriller. I know comedy. I think thriller. Kind of action-y. But like, I don't know. Something about the comedy wasn't hitting for me. And I almost wanted it to take itself a little bit more seriously than it did. Like, it was almost a little bit too unserious for me. It in some ways kind of gave me the vibes in terms of like thriller to like thriller that's also a comedy. It kind of reminded me of Ready or Not, but I thought Ready or Not was vastly better. But I can't exactly explain like why that is, like what about it, but I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of cheesy, and I don't know. It just didn't hit for me, sadly. It wasn't really my thing. But I did watch it all the way through. It was fine. It wasn't. No, it wasn't fine. It was okay. No, it wasn't okay. I didn't like it. I'm like trying to be nice, but I didn't like it personally. Wasn't my thing. And then the last movie I watched also wasn't really my thing, but I don't think it was bad per se. I think it was just like genuinely more, I felt like wasn't my thing. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with it. Kind of like an Adam Sandler movie without the charm. Well, I'm so sorry, but I actually don't really like Adam Sandler. So maybe. I don't know. It was just, it had some interesting like stylistic choices. It honestly kind of put me to sleep as well, and I feel like the plot just like it wasn't anything new or all that interesting. I feel like there's other movies that have done kind of what it does much better. You know what I mean? I just really didn't feel like it brought anything new to the table or like particularly well. I don't know. It just, I didn't really care for it. No, I distinctly remember talking about how I did not like that I looked like fucking Adam Sandler in Dead Space. Wait, was the actor actually Adam Sandler in Dead Space, or he just looked like him? Now you got me questioning. I don't remember now. Was it actually him? Was he the actor? I remember he looked like him. Please don't hate me, Axon. Oh, he just looked like him. Okay, that's what I thought, but for a second you had me like, wait, was it actually him? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't really care for it. But so the other movie, the last movie I watched, was The Bride, which is like, if you haven't heard of it, it's like Frankenstein like wants a bride. Like he's lonely and he asks this mad scientist to basically like take a corpse and like reinvigorate them so that they come alive like him and have her become his bride, basically, so he's not alone anymore. And it was interesting. Not really my cup of tea, but okay, so my main issue that I had with it, well, one, so I believe the author is, her name is Mary Shelley, right? Mary? I think Mary. But like, so in the movie, this is not a spoiler. It happens like right at the beginning. It's established right at the beginning. Okay, but I guess if you consider that a spoiler, then spoiler alert. But like, so Mary, I really hope that's her name. I think it is Mary Shelley. She is like addressing the audience and kind of gives this monologue, and then it like transitions to like the main character, and I think it said it was, oh shoot, actually I don't remember what era it was. 1960s? No. I don't think that's right. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't remember what era. But anyway, this girl, she dies. And but like before she dies, and like part of what kind of causes her to die is that like the spirit of Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein, is like possessing her and like trying to take control of her body, basically. And there's like no explanation given for why or how this is possible, and why this girl, and like what her goal is in doing this. Like there's no clear goal and why her spirit is doing this. It's just like, so it was really confusing off the bat. And like there were themes in the movie of like female rage and like enraged like female spirits kind of like being around or whatever, but I don't know. So you know, like that whole thing where people, I forget what it's called, but like people, a suspension of disbelief, I think is what it's called. where people like have a hard time with fantasy or whatever because they're just like questioning, because like they're like, that's not real or whatever, you know. I don't struggle with that at all. I love fantasy. Like, I love shit like that. I never have that feeling. But this concept of the author of Frankenstein, like, possessing the main character throughout the film gave me that, I feel like. Because I was like, this just doesn't make sense. And, like, what are the odds that the author of Frankenstein possesses the girl who dies because, like, basically because she possessed her, and goes on to become Frankenstein's bride, so her own character's bride, or like in the body of her own character's bride. It was, I don't know, it was just like the whole time, like every time she would like kind of possess her, it almost kind of like took me out of it, because I was like, this just doesn't make sense to me at all. You know what I mean? It was a really interesting concept. Maybe I was missing something. I don't know. But it just really like confused me and like kind of took me out of the story. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I'm also not like a big fan of Frankenstein or like the author. So I don't know, maybe there's some kind of significance to all that I'm just not catching because I'm not the target demographic. I really don't know, but I just found it confusing. It was a weird concept to me and just didn't really make sense and was never really like explained. Like there was never like an in-universe explanation for it. And for something kind of as wacky and like, what a weird coincidence, right? Like as that, I feel like it really needed some sort of in-universe explanation for why that was happening. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, but there were parts of the movie I enjoyed, like aside from that. So it wasn't bad, but I still don't really think I would recommend it, I guess. I don't know. Not a huge fan of him, but I like the comedy of songs of his movies. Comedy of songs? People are allowed to have different opinions. Okay, thank you. I feel like people really love Adam Sandler, so I get a little nervous. His like style of comedy just isn't really for me. Like I don't hate him or anything. Like he's fine, but he's just not really, again, not really my cup of tea. I'm just not really my style. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a weird movie, to be honest. But there were things I liked about it. So yeah, I don't know. We had some hits, we had some misses. But in conclusion, highly recommend Project Hail Mary. That was definitely my favorite out of the 4. But I did enjoy the drama. Just a little bit lackluster on the ending, but again, I don't really know what else they could have done, so whatever. Watch the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein with the kids. My 6'4" giant son hid under his blanket and my glitter goth 11-year-old daughter watched in rapt fascination. Oh my gosh, I love that. Wait, is that the Frankenstein movie that came out pretty recently, like this past year? Or is it older? Cause I know there was a Frankenstein movie, I want to say like in the last year, that I know Tay watched and she loved it. And it was with that one guy, I forget his name, the guy that played as Frankenstein, which like really surprised me Because I feel like I just wouldn't expect him to do a role like that. Shoot, what's his name? I forget. I just know he's been in like romance movies. Fuck, what is his name? But yeah, is it that one? Yeah, 2025? Okay. Cool. Yeah, did you like it? I remember Tay like loved it, and I think she went into it with pretty low expectations and then said it was really good. She was like, oh yeah, I should watch that. Yeah, Jacob Elordi. Him, yeah. Yeah, I only know him from like this bad rom-com I watched once, and then he was in that other movie recently that I think was like a romance. But I thought there was like a whole controversy with it. Because I think I forget what it was called. What is it? Wuthering Heights? Is that what it's called? I think. But I think there was like a whole controversy with it because like the love interest in the book is I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be a person of color. Like I think he's supposed to be a black man, I think. And so people were like really upset that they casted a white man for the role, which is like fair, of course. Because like apparently a big part of the plot of the book was about their relationship dynamic because he's a person of color. Like in that era, having a romantic relationship with a white woman. So yeah, fair controversy. And then I think I saw people say that the book isn't even really like it is a romance, but not like that. Like not really like there's romance, but it's not like really romanticized necessarily, because like it like focuses more on like the issues that they have and stuff, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I just remember something like that. There was like a whole controversy about it, but the movie anyway was marketed as like a romance, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. I was just kind of surprised when I heard that he was Frankenstein. I was like, oh, that's a different role, but good for him. I've heard he's a good actor. So let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot he's in Saltburn. I still haven't watched Saltburn. I really want to watch it, but I still haven't. I forgot he's in there. Yeah, I need to watch that movie. But yeah, anyways, well, I'll have to check out the Frankenstein movie too. The lesson of Frankenstein is, in order to get the ladies, you need to build the perfect body. Well, I guess. I don't know, man. I wouldn't know what gets the ladies. I haven't gotten one myself. Maybe one day. But yeah, anywho, I enjoyed watching the movies. I ended up like, because the way there was literally just like watching some movies and trying to sleep. Like again, I was a little bit sad that like the things I would normally do on, you know, with a normal flight where I'm not sleep deprived and nauseous and stuff, I didn't really get to do. And then on the way back, I was like tired in a similar way just because of all the traveling, you know, the trip. Not because it was like a bad, not because of, you know, the craziness with the flight, but just tired from post-trip. So I ended up again just kind of sleeping and watching movies. Because normally I'd read and watch movies and sleep and listen to music. I ended up never listening to any music. So now I gotta listen to Ace's playlist just during a normal jam sesh. I never listened to music the whole fucking way. Both ways. I literally just watched movies and tried to sleep. Which is just usually not how I do it. I usually read a lot when I fly. I did start to read a little bit, but again, I was just so tired because when I read, it was before and during my first flight, before shit hit the fan. So I started off strong, and then it just all went downhill. But that's okay. You know what? We did what we needed to survive. Oh yeah, I saw that you had posted in my Discord that you finished it, and I read your comments, but I was busy, you know, being in Norway that and then I forgot to come back to it. But I'm glad you enjoyed it overall. You made great time on it. Where's the outfit of the day for the wedding? Like, hello. She's still in the suitcase, you know. I haven't unpacked my suitcase. I only unpacked like the essentials. Yeah, I've been procrastinating on that. She's hidden away. But how are you doing, Trigun? So, oh, I just realized we are on time. And I have another episode of Moon Knight to watch. Let me finish up some of this stuff right here, and we will wrap up for the day. And you know what? I ended up having, I feel like, just about the perfect amount of stories from my trip for this stream. How about that? Don't you just love it when things just work out? No, I could never hate you. What do you mean? What do you mean? I devour books, especially when they're interesting. I'll be picking up the sequel soon. Ooh, I'm glad that you liked it enough to read the sequel. I will say I think I enjoyed the first book a little bit more, but the sequel is quite solid. It is quite solid. I really enjoyed the series and like just the overall vibe. And the cards, like the magic and stuff introduced with the cards, I thought was pretty unique and interesting. I really liked it. I've read a lot of fantasy books that all kind of do the same thing, you know, in terms of like the magic system or like type of supernatural creatures or whatever it might be. I really appreciated the magic in that duology. It's quite cool. See, that's what I'm saying, Trigun. That's what I'm saying. You know that's right. You know it. I hope you've been doing good. Oh, I got that one. Okay, let me just do... Did that? Is that the... Let's do the wheels real quick. I always like to do the wheels. And then we'll wrap up, I think. I think we got one more. Oh, do I have to clean this as well? Oh, no. Okay. It's like, that'd be kind of cool. Okay, gotta get the back side, or oh, this part. Yay! Okay, cool. Well, hey, you know, in 30 minutes, we did pretty good damage on this one. Not too bad. So, next week we'll finish up the plane, and I'm curious to see what our next one is. Let me take a look. Oh, it's this mansion. Ooh, that one's gonna be fun because, again, I just love the ones that are like a lot of just flat walls. They're very satisfying to clean and easy, you know, so I'm excited. That's what we will be doing next time. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and thank you for being patient again as I've been taking trip after trip after trip. I have no more trips planned for the foreseeable future, so we should be able to fully go back to our normal schedule, and I'm hoping this month I would like to start doing monthly Friday streams again. So I'll take a look. It'll probably be like near the end of the month, but yeah, I would like to start doing that again. It's been a while. We got thrown off a little bit with all of the well, my stream anniversary and stuff originally, and then, you know, all the moving stuff and everything. But yeah, I'd really like to get back into that again, and I'd still really like to do a stream sometime soon where we just have a longer stream over the weekend, again, because I wanted to do one to celebrate the move and everything. So I'd really like to do that maybe sometime this month as well, or if not, you know, maybe next month, just to do a little extra something and make up for all the lost time with my trips and moving and everything. But yeah, we should be getting back to our normal finally here. I'm very excited, and I think I will probably be doing a poll for the next game we play, and I can't decide yet because I've been really enjoying restarting Cornucopia. So like I might have us do a poll, and like I'll continue doing Cornucopia on either Monday or Tuesday, and then whatever game we decide to do through the poll, like just do that on the other day, instead of going back to like that whatever game we, you know, wins the poll on Monday and Tuesdays, at least until I like get tired of streaming Cornucopia. But we'll see. But yeah, I now that things are settled and I have like no more major trips, you know, that are gonna pull me away from stream for like a week or two at a time, I would like to get back into some of our bigger games that we were playing before, like maybe the next Life is Strange game or whatever. I have a couple options for you guys, so yeah, I think I will probably do a poll for that here soon so we can start getting back into it. But yeah, very exciting things. I'm excited to get back into the groove of my streaming because the past few months have just been a little bit crazy, you know, like in a very good way, for like my personal life or whatever. But you know, I'm always happy when I can come back to my normal streaming schedule and just hang out with you guys. So yeah, very happy that we'll be able to get back into that now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for hanging out, and we'll be playing some Cornucopia tomorrow. I feel like I need to watch what I was doing last time. I think we were just progressing in the mines, but I have to remind myself like what we're doing in the story, you know? So we'll see if I actually manage to watch my VOD and brush up, because I always say I'm gonna do that and then I don't. So, you know, cast your vote on whether or not I actually do that. No. Oh, your wife loaned you Quicksilver, Axon? Yeah, so you're not as big a fan of it? Wait, so you started it? Yeah. I've talked about Quicksilver back when I read it. It's a little bit of a hate read for me. So I read the second book as well, but it's like, okay, so here's the thing, Axon, all right? I'll tell you this. The thing about Quicksilver is that to me, it kind of sucked, but the ending was so interesting to me that it convinced me to give the second book a chance. And then as I was reading the second book again, I was kind of like, I don't really care. But then the ending of the second book was again so like, what the fuck is going on, that it's convinced me now to give the third book a chance. So I really think it's kind of become like a hate read, but I tell you what, Callie Hart really knows how to like hook you with the ending of her books, you know, because like I spend the whole book like, and then the ending has me like, well, wait, now I want to know what happens next, you know? So you'll have to keep me updated if you haven't finished it already, how you felt about the ending, because I thought it was pretty interesting. Granted, the kind of themes that it was dealing with the ending is very right up my alley. Like the whole book, I was not the target audience until the things that came up in the ending. And then I was like, oh, I love that kind of stuff. I'm the target audience for this specifically. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll be curious to see what you think. But yeah, it's a series. It's a series. I don't know that I can say I like it necessarily, but somehow I keep reading it. So yeah. Also, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a good night too. And Dran, I just wanted to say I'm sorry I'm ending right now, but it's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm so sorry to be closing out just as you popped in here, but I hope you're having a good day, and thanks so much for popping in. You're about halfway through? Okay. Yeah, well, you'll have to update me. Specifically, I want to say it's like not even like the last quarter of the book, literally just like the last few chapters, I feel like, that had me like, now wait a minute, this is getting interesting, you know? But yeah, my main struggle with Quicksilver is that I don't like the main love interest, and he's kind of cringy to me. And so, you know, for a book that's primarily a romance book, it's just not really gonna work if you don't really like the love interest. You know what I mean? Like I love Carrion. I don't like Kingfisher. He grew on me a little bit more in the second book, but he's still by no means an ideal male love interest in my book. I don't really care for him. But yeah, some of the character mindsets make no sense to me, so I'm hoping it'll make more sense by the ending. Yeah, I don't know that I can say they do necessarily, but it's been a while since I've read it as well. But yeah, honestly, like, it's a pretty mid book to me. But I did like the ending in terms of just like the narrative direction it was taking it in, for kind of like a bigger, in a bigger picture sense. So I'm curious to see what you'll think of that. But yeah, the characters like aren't really my favorite overall. And again, like, when it comes to like a romance book, if you don't like either of the main character or their love interest, you know, like, you're just not gonna enjoy it, because like then every time they're getting freaky, it's like, ugh, because I don't like him. You know, like it's not enjoyable at all because I'm just like, God, why is it gotta be him? You know? So yeah, he's cringy. Yeah. I'm glad you agree with me because I feel like everything I've heard about Quicksilver is people just absolutely love it. And so I just feel like I've been missing something because everybody like loves Kingfisher. They don't like his name, but they like him, and like they love like whatever, just like the story overall. But I didn't really care for the story overall, literally just the ending. I liked it in the beginning, like the world they were establishing. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool with the water and like whatever, the two suns, and then like the Fey world and traveling through the Quicksilver and whatever, blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, sure, like, okay, that's interesting enough. But yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite, and I just don't really care for him. But I do like the themes that were introduced at the end of the book, or end of both books. So yeah, I don't know. You'll just have to let me know. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping so I can go watch an episode of Moon Knight with Roxy. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much again for hanging out, and I will see you guys tomorrow with some cornucopia. But until then, y'all know the drill. Make sure to hydrate, make sure to eat something if you haven't already, and make sure to do something that'll make you smile for bed. All right, you guys, and I will see you very, very soon in the next one. Bye bye. Good night.